man.
attempt?
No, that is it. And there goes Norbert with the fatality.
The champion has
been eliminated.
knocked
We're going to see a new champion. Oh, Aiden Cordova is moving on.
Aiden moves on. What a
He's eliminated Norbert Vale. And we have just begun. Oh, and a nice head kick. Is Jenner gonna move on?
Yes,
and
he
he
is.
does!
Yes, he is.
Brandon with the win. Brandon, what? He knocked out the champ. That's what? Wow. For Mortal Kombat's very own Rich Divizio.
Undisputed Bloody Wars Championship.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, and look at that. That's literally
The 60-hit comp.
But because of the fact that you eliminated Michelle in the Tekken 3 tournament, I have to avenge her L. So guess what? Don't take this ass kicking personally.
sleeping on it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh, and he doesn't.
Yep, not.
Steven
he's
Lucas
definitely not
is
sleeping
moving
on it.
on.
Gotta give it up to Michelle, though. For real.
Steven.
I give
It is all over.
The return
Norbert
of
Vale
Norbert Vale,
is your
the
two-time
champion.
Bloody Wars champion. Bloody Wars Nation, welcome to another episode of the podcast, the best ever Bloody Wars podcast in the whole world. I am your host, JP, and today, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Bloody Wars podcast, episode number 2. It is good to be back here, ladies and gentlemen, and I gotta say,
your former gaming champion Steven Lucas has been spotted lurking in the stream chat. Your former gaming champion Steven Lucas has been spotted lurking in the stream chat. Your former gaming champion.
Oh, Steven Lucas. I just don't mind the background, but every time someone pops in here, they get like a little well, how do I say it? Like a little entrance or something. So, yeah. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in.
The Cordova family is in the stream chat. The Cordova family is...
The Cordova family. Everyone's here. The Damien, Aiden. Everyone's here. Oh, my goodness. What's up, guys? Huge shout-outs to the Cordova family. They're putting up some hell of a stuff. I'm not going to lie, guys. It's going to be insane. This podcast is going to be insane. Well, first off by saying thank you so much for everyone tuning in here. This is episode number 2. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. First off, to talk about this Bloody Wars podcast, keep an eye out on the calendars. You need to mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, because the Bloody Wars tournament is back in vengeance on June 23rd. And this time, we are unleashing the fury of Super Dragon Ball Z as chosen into the battleground of the Bloody Wars tournament. Get ready to test your mettle against the best of the best throughout the showdown. And let me just say one thing. That best in the Bloody Wars tournament, GGA Shady, he's going to make an appearance in the Bloody Wars tournament. So when you guys see Shady, just give him a shout out and just tell him thanks a lot for defending the Bloody Wars belt. And speaking of Shady, I mean, yeah, he's going to be defending the belt. We're going to get all the prizes stacked up for you guys. We're going to get to prizes in a minute. But before we do, I just got to give a huge shout out to our Bloody Wars champion, GGA Shady, for representing Bloody Wars by going to a C2E2 tournament in New MK1. I think there was a gaming section in C2E2, but either way, GGA Shady walking away with first place. Congratulations to Shady. And I know there was a bunch of competitors, and everyone was lurking into the C2E2, and everyone showed up. I don't know if Chris Plackett was there. I don't know if he's a big C2E2 guy, but I'm pretty sure Shady would have had some good competition if Chris Plackett was going against Shady. Just like the way we saw the last Bloody Wars tournament where Chris Plackett had his hands full against Shady. And in return, he gave Shady a loss. And, you know, that's definitely in the history books. So keep your eyes peeled on some action when it comes to Shady. Yeah, he was a beast, man. So, like I said, congratulations to Shady. If you're watching this, I know you are. You better defend the belt. That's all I got to say. But regardless, congratulations on your victory. And I know you're going to do some heavy impact when it comes to Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker is coming up on Memorial Day weekend and Evo. I know Team GGA will be heading out towards that direction in California. I think that's where they're held up in, right? California? Yeah, I think so. But now that we've got that out of the way for the Bloody Wars tournament for Super Dragon Ball Z, we got to talk about the prizes, folks. Like I said, the prizes that are going to be given away to the Bloody Wars tournament. So, what do we got for you guys today? Today, we've got, if I can pull this up real quick, we've got the Funko prizes, the Funko Pop prizes for third and second place. Cash money prize down on the table for first, second, and third place. Whoever gets first place will get majority of the pot. $5 that you put in from the $15 will go straight into the pot of the cash money prize. And of course, how could we ever forget? We have this prestigious, undisputed Bloody Wars Championship belt fit for a true warrior. But that's not all, folks. We are adding in the sketch art limited edition of Akira Toriyama memorial sketch of Goku. It's a huge collector's dreams come true. So if you want to get your hands on the collectible, folks, head on over to the Bloody Wars tournament, June 23rd, Super Dragon Ball Z 2005. It's going to be on an arcade cabinet. If you want to figure out how to practice and get your practice in, either come to the Galloping Ghost arcade, get practice on the original cabinet for that game, or you could just play on your PS2 and practice from there, because it is available on the PlayStation 2. So there are no excuses for trying to get your hands on that game. So we want to see some hardcore action. That's what we expect when you come into Bloody Wars. But that's all I got for right now for for Bloody Wars for Super Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I was, so I'm passing the word out for Super Dragon Ball Z. On my way to Lombard, I ran into Brandon Travis's Starbucks location. Was not expecting that, so if Brandon's in the chat, huge shout outs to you. Good talk on the way. And yeah, if you guys are in the Lombard area, stop by. I think it's the Starbucks next to Ashanti Castle, if I'm not mistaken. But if you guys are in the Lombard area, definitely try to find a Starbucks next to Ashanti Castle to say hi to them or whatever. So always good on catching up on stuff with different people. Not bad at all. And before we dive into battle with way more stuff with the podcast, just make sure you swing by the website. It's always appreciated. Just go to www.bloody-wars-tournament.com. We've got all sorts of cool updates and surprises waiting for you, so don't miss out. Now that's out of the way, I gotta give you guys some updates with the Bloody Wars tournament. Let's talk about the new addition to the Bloody Wars family. Bloody Wars family, you might ask. We're welcoming a budding journalist and an interviewer on board. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, they're itching to get into action. Who could it be? Well, you're going to have to tune into the pre-show to find out. Dragon Ball Z, get into the pre-show and get ready for some electrifying interviews and behind-the-scenes scoop. And I've reached out to this person Sunday. I had an interview with this person. It looked pretty convincing. I think next week or the following week, we're going to do a little contract signing. And once that's done, it's official. But it's nothing official just yet, but expect some guaranteed word, folks, of a new journalist. And like I said, we're bringing in 2 more commentators to be going through Dragon Ball Z, calling out every single play, to one person that knows a lot about Dragon Ball. Expects a good tournament, folks. Like I said, June 23rd is the dates. Can't wait for everyone to be here. Now, let me talk about something completely different from Bloody Wars real quick, or something completely from the retro fighting game. New words out there, folks. Starting May 19th, there is a flag football organization going out there. It is called the FFC, also known as the Flag Football Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that's hosting this organization, the man that is the commissioner towards that organization, is JP himself. If you guys know anybody that's a huge fan of football, or anybody at all that's a big Swiftie, if someone's a big Swiftie, do not mention this tournament at all. But if you are a huge flag football person, go to www.flagfootballchampionships.net. The season is just a brand new season that I've decided to do. And I know that I've been around the Galloping Ghost Arcade for a while now. I'm trying to expand my choices and get ready for some intense competition. Different versions of competition is what I like to do. I used to be a high school wrestler and a high school football tight end. Really, it's like I said, folks. The FFC, if you want to check that out, is going to be at Eller Park What the website is going to be available is going to be in the link in the description below. Go to www.flagfootballchampionships.net to those that are huge football fans. By the way, how was the draft, by the way? Caleb Williams representing the Chicago area. Bears down, folks. How do you guys feel about that? I feel like they made a petty move when they released Justin Fields to go to Pittsburgh. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Kenny Pickett did it to himself. He was crying about the Steelers grabbing a veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson, which, let's be honest, time is ticking for him. As the age clock is winding down on Russell Wilson, he's got, maybe 2 more years left? It's not even a competition. And, Kenny Pickett, he's not a bad quarterback, but he did it to himself. And if it wasn't for that, Justin Fields would have still been your quarterback for Chicago. But I got to say, it was a good, smooth move the way Chicago handled that. They picked out Caleb Williams. They picked out a punter from LSU. And then some new wide receivers, man. They've got gadgets for days. They're not going to be using that punter, quote unquote, from Caleb. We'll see about that, as he is your first overall pick of round 1. I know you guys don't like talking about football that much, so I'm gonna get straight into the point. So today, or you know what? It's not today. Let's talk about last week. Last week was episode number 1. I was talking about the expansion, folks. By the way, I've seen a few Bloody Wars contenders getting themselves into the new Galloping Ghost expansion. Let me know in the stream chat what you guys thought about the expansion. There's 100 plus more games in there. Some of the games which you haven't seen in a very long time. What'd you think of the expansion? She thought it was great too. Then we have the R360 in there. We have, what else do we have? We have all motion games inside of one room. Honestly, folks, that was one time. It was one time I went inside of the R360. I remember this one conversation I had with Damien. He was in the R360 before. It was in a different location, but he was on that machine somewhere else. And based off of what he described was pretty accurate. Some of these guys, they tapped out to that machine very early. It's like a roller coaster in there. Yeah, it was pretty cool, Damon. I agree. Stephen Lucas said I did check it out, but I don't know, Stephen. I would like to see you head into the R360 machine yourself. I gotta get I think Jimbo was on at one point. It was 10-year anniversary, I think. Who knows? So anyways, last week was episode number 1 for my podcast. I talked about some pretty interesting stuff. And I was talking to a pretty interesting man. That man was Stephen Lucas. He was my first ever Bloody Wars podcast special guest member. Me and him had a great conversation. We had some good talks. We were talking about updates on C2E2. We know that he had a challenge on getting to the McCormick Center, and he had a challenge with Jimbo Slice. Pretty much with him being on board with games, it looked like he was doing a really good job. Yeah, but the week for him, it's not everyone's day. So hopefully, as everyone says, maybe next year. Who knows? But huge shout outs to Stephen Lucas for stepping up to the plate by going head to head against Jimbo Slice. I mean, really good stuff from Stephen. But now, this week, we're going to be bringing out this man. You guys know him as the GOAT, I should call him. Yeah, I see you. We're gonna get to you. I'm trying to rep your introductions. I see you. All right. This week, we're gonna be bringing out the GOATs, I should call, for Bloody Wars. I'm not gonna lie, man. He knows his fighting games. He has made an impact in our last events. His first impact that he made in GGA was January 7th, 2023. That was the day when I released Mortal Kombat 3, Street Fighter 4 Ultra, Killer Instinct, and Samurai Showdown 1. There was a grand finals that looked interesting. It was Jose was involved in it, and then there was this man that became the second member to become the undisputed Bloody Wars champion. And the rest is history from there. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome for your two-time former Bloody Wars champion and your JP Productions NFL Blitz 99 2024 champion. Give it up for Norbert Vale.
Norbert. Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Norbert. Loud and clear. Can you hear him? Yeah, she can hear you for sure. What's going on, Norbert? Talk to me.
You left out one other thing.
How can I forget?
Baby.
Your Bloody Wars MVP award winner. Cannot forget that.
Never forget that. Nah. So what's going on? How you been, man?
I'm doing great. Same thing, just chilling, same day, whatever. Just same day, different shit.
I gotcha. Yeah. Sorry, it took a while. I had to get my laptop up and running.
No worries, man. I mean, everyone is dying to see Norbert today, folks. I've already got people in the stream chat. We've got Brandon Travis is in the stream chat.
What up,
Brandon? I totally did not see him today, as he was making my venti fresh strawberry refresher. I think that's what it was. Oh no, it was a frappuccino. My bad. What's going on, Norbert? How you doing today?
Right now, given my situation, what happened in the last 24 hours, I mean, right now all is good.
But everything's okay though, right?
Everything right now is fine. Michelle is right now resting, so I was gonna try to convince her to come onto the podcast, but right now she's kind of knocked out because she's also on medication to help with her pain. So I'm just like, I'm gonna leave her alone and I'll just go on and do this.
Yeah.
But other than that, things have been pretty good. I get to enjoy these next 2 days off, thank God.
Yeah, don't we all need that? I need that myself. Probably gonna get that this week for sure. So
okay.
So, welcome in, man.
Thank you.
First off, let me just ask. You're coming in here. You've got all this hardware on you. There's been a lot of talks about you stepping up to the plate. You coming over here often, representing, and trying to make a name for yourself in the GGA world. So if you want to give us a little summary of what's that looking like and, how do you feel about your progress for this year?
Bro, I mean, ever since I first started coming to Bloody Wars, I have not missed an event, for one. Two, given my GGA background, I had been going to Galloping Ghost since it first opened. In the words of the Usos, since day one-ish.
Day one-ish.
Day one-ish, bro. Day one. Oop, I think we lost JP. JP,
No,
there we go. Okay. Anywho, but yeah, like I said, I've been there since it first opened back in August of 2010. At the time, I actually used to live about a good 10 minutes from there, 10, 15 minutes from there. I used to go to Galloping like every weekend, basically. Always seeing what new stuff Doc would put on the floor as it, as it came to grow and grow. The building, like the game, you would have more games, and Doc wouldn't have as much room. And then he started with all the expansions, which kind of leads up to 2 weeks ago when I was at the Canton expansion.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
I love it. I really love it. At first, I was told originally that it had like around roughly 60 games, and then come to find out, no, they actually added like over 90 games. I'm like, oh wow, 90 games! Holy crap, that's an awful lot of games. But
that is a lot of games. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we've got a handful of games in there, starting with like a lot of known fighters. I know Air Guys was back on the floor, and then
Air Guys is on there. Street Fighter EX Plus is on there. Marvel vs. Street Fighter is on there. And of course, King of Fighters 12 is on there.
That is pretty insane, man. I know we're gonna be having way more options for Bloody Wars for sure.
Yeah. I know I'm sorry to cut you off, but I also know you were glancing over at Inherts when Chris Plackey was playing it, and I heard you said to yourself, this might be a good viable option for Bloody Wars.
Oh, who heard me say that? I don't remember that now. No, you're getting ahead of yourself. I don't remember me saying that. Wink.
Mm-hmm. Consider it was right next to you, but you know what? I'll leave it as it is.
Oh, I see. That's what we're gonna do now. I see how this is. All right.
Oh, JP, we all love you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, almost everybody, right?
And you win some, you lose some. Don't worry about it. But
yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, so I know that we've been adding in wrestling games for a while now. We've added WWF WrestleMania not too long ago, so we've added some good stuff. I know there's Matt Mania back on the floor, main event. There's potential wrestling stuff going in there. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Here's the thing about main event. I requested that one to be on the floor a long time ago.
Really?
Yes, because I used to play the hell out of it when I was younger. It's a really fun game. But sorry, I'm kind of getting over a cold.
Take your time,
I do sound a little different. So yeah, I do sound kind of different. But yeah, I used to play the hell out of the main event when I was younger, and when I saw that Doc had put that on the floor, I was like, snap! I gotta get in. Now that you mentioned, having more wrestling games on the floor, maybe we could have the main event as part of Bloody Wars. Quite possibly.
That might be an option. I mean, I'm already looking into. There are some wrestling games that I've kind of looked into, Saturday, like Saturday night Slam Down.
Slam Masters?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine. Hey, I know what it's like to have a dog. Except mine's not here at the moment.
No, they can be wild sometimes. I mean,
no, I completely understand. Like I said, I'm a dog daddy myself. I know what it's like.
But anyways, yeah. But we've got Saturday Night Slam Down. That's gonna be a really
Slam Masters.
One. Slam Masters. My apologies.
Yep.
WWF Royal Rumble. That's a huge one.
Yes.
What's your experience like with that game?
Hey, When I had that best of 7 challenge with Damien, that was one of the games that got pulled up.
Yeah, so so speaking of that, I mean, top contenders wise, it's like it's really hard to determine what this year's season for Bloody Wars is going to look like. We've just started with who was it? You actually kicked off this season. Oh no, excuse me.
No.
It was Izzy Cabrera.
Izzy Cabrera, because
Right.
WrestleMania was the start of the new season.
And then this
And then
year of 2024,
I
that's
kicked
where
off 2024.
Yeah, there it is. And then afterwards, it was new MK4, GGA Shady pulling off that win. Huge congrats to him, by the way. So
Already, we have our 3rd winner just for this season alone.
Right. Ain't that scary? So I know you've got a lot on your plate still, and I know Super Dragon Ball Z is still on the horizon. So if I must ask, what's your plan? And do you have some sort of practicing strategy up your sleeve in preparation for Super Dragon Ball Z?
Well, I did just get the game for the PS2 because that's the only way you can play it. I have been playing some of it on and off, but life also gets in the way too with work, school, that sort of stuff. But the good news is I got about 2 to 3 weeks left of school. So once I'm done with that, then I'm off for the summer, so that will definitely give me some time to brush up on it some more. I mean, this is what happened with Third Strike when I was done with finals. I spent quite a bit of time, playing that on Fightcade with people like Steven Lucas and Nicole and my younger brother. This time around, because you can't really play Super Dragon Ball FighterZ on Fightcade, unfortunately, because I don't think there was a game that was emulated for it. I had to go and settle for the PS2 version because, again, that's like one of the only ways you can play it, besides practicing over at Galloping Ghosts.
I think that I think that's pretty accurate because I know life gets in the way of things for myself, and it's like, when do you ever have time to actually practice anything anymore? That's what I was thinking in my head when I got literally almost everything up in my alley, and stuff gets in the way, but you got to practice here and there.
Here's a little fun known fact about Super Dragon Ball Z. I bet not a lot of people know. I used to play this when it first got released.
Ghost Shady, the reigning Bloody Wars champ, is in the stream.
JGA Shady is here, folks.
Shady. What's going on?
Honestly, Norbert, now that Shady's here, I better wash my mouth now. So if I say anything wrong or if I say anything that's going to get me in trouble, you just back me up on this. So what's up, Shady? Because it's kind of like my boss, so I don't watch myself. So
understandable. Yeah. How you been, Shady? But anyway, going back to what I was saying, a little bit of something like not a lot of people know about Super Dragon Ball Z. When I first played it, when they had it at the Harlem Irving Plaza Cyber Station, and on that cabinet there used to be a little device where you could actually save your data on it and help power up your character. You don't get that. You don't see that anymore in a lot of arcades that have it, but a small handful did. And what it used to do was it helped power up your character and unlocked other super moves. Now, you can sort of do the same thing on the home console, but it'll only let you have 3 empty slots for you to play with. But also the home console also came with more characters, but you'd have to unlock those, and I'm not bothering with that. I just want to play with the base roster because that's what I'm going to be dealing with for the Bloody Wars tournament, because the arcade version that's over at Galloping only has just that, a base roster.
Right, so that's your mentality when you're playing these games, is that you can't access these characters on the cabinet, so your only option is to play these characters what you have now.
Yes. Yeah. Right, just play it. Basically just use the base roster, and play it out and just play with that.
Right.
But anyway, excuse me.
But yeah, so I mean, sounds like you've got a lot going for yourself. So huge shout outs to you for doing all of that. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on here, and like I said, you've got awards up your alley. Some people are rumoring that you might be a huge contender towards the Galloping Ghost Gamer of the Year slot. If you ever want to accomplish that, that's up to you. Who knows? But honestly, we could see that sometime. But how would you feel about that if you put more time into gaming and pour more time into putting more time into this to become Gamer of the Year? What's that like to you?
Jeez. Well, it wouldn't be the first time I would have make an attempt to do Gamer of the Year. I mean, there was one point, I want to say it was 2013 or 2014. It was the year Fred the Heart won it, and it was actually he and I going neck and neck for Gamer of the Year. And I think, what was it, in July, he took one of my records from me to overlap me and taking Gamer of the Year, which was Breaker's Revenge.
Oh man, that sounds like a rough one.
It hurt. Yeah, it hurt. Oops.
No, but yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff going on with Gamer of the Year. I mean, there's a lot of people that are still trying to put in something extra to the table to make themselves, at least be in the contenderships. But it's not about just scoring. It's not about just participating. It's like you gotta be there, period, on every single activity that's going on into GGA.
Right.
Not to compare the two brands, but I mean, if you really put Bloody Wars into the conversation, I mean, there's a lot of people showing up for that. There's conversation, equal conversation, getting involved, and there's motivation behind that. Where you got the belt going on, you've got some sort of hardware, something to bring towards the table. So, it's a lot. There's a lot of things that you could be doing to get the Gamer of the Year. So,
that's correct. I remember I actually had a conversation with Stephen Lucas on his podcast back in February. We had some conversation about that, and yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice to know that I am in the running for Gamer of the Year, and I'll try. I mean, I'll try my best to win it. But it would be funny if you have a Bloody Wars tournament with an active Gotti, as opposed to two former Gottis. You got two former Gottis right now in Stephen Lucas and Chris Blackie. But imagine you have a Bloody Wars tournament with a new Gamer of the Year.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
If that would happen to be me, okay. I mean, so be it. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to be completely disappointed. I won't be completely disappointed if it's not. I mean, but it would be something special to have you would have a current Gotti.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone wants to see when they're stepping into Bloody Wars. Just something new every single time. Who's taking who? Which competition is conquering which one? Stuff.
Right.
These are all things that people look at, and I know that this is stuff that people have an eye on. Speaking of one of those tournaments, and I know that, like I said, we've been talking about Bloody Wars for a while. What's going on with this NFL Blitz 99 tournament that you've won? Let's give us your thoughts on that.
Jose Velasquez is in the stream chat.
Oh, Jose, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, Jose? So
Jose is in the stream chat.
Jose Velasquez is in the stream.
I'm gonna turn this. It's like a little glitch now. What's going on, Jose?
yeah, it's not a big deal. It doesn't bother me. So back to your question about what was I going through with NFL Blitz. I was just about as shocked as everyone else on that last play when Jim Patzer fumbled the ball at the end zone and I somehow recovered it. And it's so like it felt kind of surreal that I would like that was the biggest come from behind victory I think anyone's ever seen in any NFL blitz, not just the blitz tournament itself, but just blitz.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Because let me recap the sequence of events that happened that led up to that point. I was down, 6-14 at the time?
Yeah.
And then I scored a touchdown. And then I had the 2-point conversion. And then at the kickoff, I heard you said I would need an onside kick, but because I haven't played blitz in forever and a day, I don't even think I knew how to do an onside kick on that. But I said, screw it, whatever happens, happens. And Jim Patzer, while he had the right idea to run out the clock, he had the right idea. The only problem was he shouldn't have stayed in that end zone. And I'm going to give you 2 reasons why. If he wouldn't have fumbled that ball, it would have been a safety and the game would have been tied with me having the ball back. Right. And, it would have gone to overtime. Who knows what had happened from there? But the thing that did happen was him being in the end zone thinking, well, nothing's going to happen. You should have stepped out, probably, but
nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen, but you fail to realize this is NFL Blitz, and with Blitz, anything can happen. And what happened exactly? He fumbled the ball, and I just somehow recovered, taking the lead and the win.
That was insane stuff, man. I mean, I remember it it's like coming back to me now. It's just like me reliving that moment, It's just like, woo. Yeah. Where's the trophy at?
Okay. Oh, the trophy, it is downstairs in our living room, being used as a nice central piece of conversation, you might say.
Okay, I like that.
It's there. And it's funny, speaking of the Blitz tournament, I was at my brother's house who lives blocks away from Gallopy. I was at his house for Easter, and my older brother, he's a huge NFL Blitz. So when I told him about this tournament and I showed him that video, that clip from the finals, the last 20 seconds of it, I think I blew his mind. He's like, how the hell did you do all that? I'm like, I don't know. It's Blitz. You should know this. Because like I said, my older brother is a huge NFL Blitz fan. I wanted to invite him, but I think that Super Bowl weekend, I think he was out of town.
Right. No, but like that, my friend, I don't know. I'm still shocked by that. I think we can all agree that.
I think a lot of people are still kind of shocked over that. It's not just you.
But I think next year, when I do NFL Blitz again next year, I know damn well that Jim Patzer ain't gonna do that next year. I know that for sure.
Hopefully Jim had learned his lesson. Hopefully.
Speaking of Jim, he's gonna be on a podcast this week with your former Gamer of the Year, Steven Lucas.
Yeah, I saw that, and I can't wait to hear what Jim has to say because I know Steven Lucas will want to ask him about that NFL Blitz tournament. And
we will ask that. I've already talked to Steven about that. That's going to be one of his questions.
Yep. I told him, man, as long as you don't bring an NFL Blitz 99 to him, and he's telling me, oh no, that's one of the questions I will ask him. I'm like, okay, yep. I can't wait to see what I can't wait to hear what he says about this.
He's probably gonna say the same thing they said on Blitz, where it's like, he should have done that, or you should have run out of the field or something. But it is what it is.
Right.
But who knows? Who knows what will happen?
You know what? I have a question for you now. Ask it.
Wait, this is my interview, Norbert.
I know it's your interview, but this was something that I kind of always have wanted to ask you this for a while.
Okay, let me hear it.
With the NBA now going into the NBA playoffs, are you thinking about doing an NBA Jam tournament for the NBA Finals?
Babe, he's asking if I should bring NBA Jam into the MISC.
For the NBA Finals.
I understand this. I have not watched the NBA in years. So who's in the playoffs right now? I know the Bulls not in the mix. I know that.
Well, let's see. LeBron James just got eliminated last night.
Oh, that's a shame. Not really.
Exactly. Yeah. So the Lakers lost last night and got eliminated. I kind of sort of keep up with the NBA these days, but mostly if it involves Chicago. Anything outside of that, it's like, eh.
It's like the same thing, but it's like, it's like sports now these days with Chicago. Like the Cubs haven't been doing well. The Sox are trash, and they have been trash for a while. I'm originally a Sox fan. I'm from the South Side.
So is Michelle. Michelle is also a Sox fan.
Hell yeah.
And it is hilarious because, I'm the polar opposite. I'm a Cubs fan. So, and I know you don't like to hear that.
No, I do not. But
I want to hear that.
And then it's like, who else? The Blackhawks haven't been doing well as well. And then it's the Bulls. Miami didn't even need Jimmy Butler. That's how crazy about it. They didn't even need him, and they still destroyed them. And then it's like, and the Bears, the draft this year could look something. It could look good this year.
It looks promising. Yeah, it looks promising right now, but let's see what happens when the regular season starts.
They just signed, what's his name? Avante Swift. He's like he's one of the best running backs from the Philadelphia Eagles.
And
then DJ Moore. They've got Keenan Allen still. Okay, they just signed Caleb Williams, and then they need a punter. Believe when I say this. When Caleb Williams said this somewhere, where he was saying it's going to be a waste of a pick of you bringing in a punter. I hope he's telling the truth about this, because I know that the Bears haven't been doing pretty good. They haven't been doing pretty good with Fields, like when it comes to him bringing in the tools that he needs. Their running field sucks. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Their old line is abysmal.
Let's not.
That old line's been abysmal. That was one of the few things they should have focused more on instead of drafting a punter. But then again, I don't know the status of O'Donnell at the moment, because I know that's their current punter. So I don't know what's been happening with him, if they're going to draft a punter for for this year. It raises questions.
Yeah, Jose, that's not going to happen. The Packers are not going to do well, my friend. You can actually, get back to Wisconsin and eat your cheese for all I care. We're not talking about the Packers, man. It's talking about the Bears. No Tetris, Jose.
Oh no! Speaking of Jose, I remember when he came over to my house for the Royal Rumble back in January, and I showed him my game room, and I booted up NFL Blitz 99. What was the first thing he did? He picked the Packers, and I told him, "No, we are not. We do not have Packer fans in this house. Okay, Packers are banned. If you are a Packer fan, you will be yeeted."
Yeeted.
Yeet. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I like to give Jose a lot of crap sometimes, but
no, Jose
he's a cool dude. and play whoever he wants. But I just mock him for being a Packers fan because of the fact that Michelle and I are both Bears fans. So
I think everyone in Chicago are Bears. Well, I mean,
well, except for Jim Patzer. When
he's from Wisconsin.
Well, he is from Wisconsin. So yeah, that is true. That is true. Next time I know next year, if you do have another NFL Blitz tournament, someone's gonna bring a cheese grater hat to that tournament.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's either Jose or Jim. Jim's probably gonna bring that back.
Well, one of those two. Well, I'm saying more than likely Jim Patcher's gonna be the one bringing the cheese hat back.
Most likely.
You know, I'm waiting for. I want someone to bring in a cheese grater hat.
Yeah, I could see that. So, I guess, yeah. I mean, football, it's down in the leagues, and everyone's trying to pitch in on what's going on recently, especially from the draft. Wild draft, by the way. Mm-hmm. But I want to bring up a specific topic with you real quick.
Shoot.
There was some what's it called? I'm trying to think of the words. There were some talks about you participating in Blade Wars with after Super Dragon Ball Z, and then afterwards there's going to be there's probably going to be another Bloody Wars before the anniversary, but at the anniversary day, you're going to be there.
It depends on what the date is. Don't put it on a date. Don't put it on a date where I have to go to work. I'm tired of having to keep calling off work just to come to these Bloody Wars tournaments. Luckily for this upcoming tournament, though, I don't have to waste my PTO for this. I actually have a coworker that is willing to cover for me that date, so I don't have to. So that's covered.
Nice. So after this Super Dragon Ball Z events, I'm gonna have to do my digging on which day should be the good day. I'm gonna have to coordinate with you or something.
Yeah. Well, also, if you don't mind me bringing this up, I know I brought this to you before, but even Michelle suggested she would even like to coordinate, to help. She wants to be hired as a bit of a event coordinator, to help you coordinate the dates better for Bloody Wars. And the reason I bring this up because, like I told you before, but I know not a lot of people know about Michelle. Like I said, she works as an international student director at Joliet Junior College. One of her things that she does is she coordinates events, times, all this other stuff.
I see.
And she told me to tell you at that point, she's like, you should talk to JP and see if he's willing to have me help him plan out some of these events so it could run better. Plus, she even told me she wants to actually add flyers to Joliet Junior College, help promoting Bloody Wars tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, we got like a handful of flyers still here for Super Dragon Ball Z. So, I mean, if we want to spread the word, man, spread the word. We've got
because like I said, if your flyers have a QR code on it, they can go ahead and she can start posting posting the flyers and with the gaming clubs that they have at Joliet Junior College, and then that way I know for a fact, even in a couple of my in one of my classes, I got a few students who are into fighting games. And
spread the word.
I want
you, and then everyone watching this at home. They should be. You see, look what Norbert's doing, spreading the word to everyone that are huge into fighting games. Right. Everyone should do that. Do what Norbert's doing.
And then the other time, and then about a month ago, into my class, I was talking to my teacher. My teacher brought up Third Strike, and my professor's a Street Fighter nerd, and I showed him the footage from January's Bloody Wars tournament.
Oh, they do know.
And they're like, because my class is dealing with animation,
Yeah.
it's Third Strike is very appropriate because of how well animated it is. But like I said, I pulled up the footage from the Bloody Wars tournament from my battles with Damien, Aiden, Augustine, grand finals, and even one of Michelle's matches. And they're all like, "So wait, you guys have these kinds of tournaments at Gallop?" It's like, yeah, like bi-monthly, sometimes once every other month, depending on whenever the host decides to have one of these. So, and like, I'm helping pique their interest in wanting to go.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, man. Thank you for that, and I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Like I said, if you have a spare flyer around, I will gladly take one and I will bring it to my wife. She will make some copies. And
we've got dozens of flyers actually in my bag.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Like I said, I'll take a few. And like I said, Michelle will gladly spread the word down at the college, and hopefully we'll see increase in numbers for participation.
Oh, that's our goal, man. That's our goal since the beginning of Bloody Wars. We want everyone to have a good time and explore the competition and the community. That's also important too. So look into that, folks. So now that I've captured some information from my manager, let me get into something deeper with you, starting with the rosters. And the roster's growing every single time. I remember you had your little thing with Damien Cordova, and obviously it worked out in your favor, 4-0. But now his son, let's not forget his son, my friend. Oh my God. And
Aiden Cordova, kid's a prodigy.
Yeah.
He is a prodigy, and Aiden traded him well.
Yeah, so what's your reaction with Aiden Cordova moving up the play? Now he's like number 2 ranked contender. So what's your thoughts on that?
Again, the kid is a prodigy. We fought in 4 straight Bloody Wars tournaments. We first fought in Mortal Kombat 4. I think it was the 3rd round. We fought there. And then we fought in WrestleMania. No. Was it WrestleMania? Yeah, then WrestleMania. Then Third Strike. And now this past tournament, we fought in the new MK1. And right now, that little series is tied 2 games apiece. So, so here for this upcoming Bloody Wars tournament, maybe we'll see match number 5.
Match number 5. And what do you think? Well, I mean, we probably might see match number 5 of Super Dragon Ball Z. But if match number 6 were to kick down, what do you think the next game would be?
It depends on what game you choose. I mean,
right. Well,
you got dozens to choose from.
So, what's your guess?
Well, let me see. If I have to make a guess, I'm going to assume it's going to be one of the games from the Canton expansion.
Interesting. What's your reasoning behind that?
Because the fact that you got those games that were off the floor for anywhere from like 6 months to like maybe close to 2 years, maybe, give or take. I might be wrong. And to see those games back on the floor, I know some of them piqued your interest, and I know at some point you're going to want to probably put a game or two from that expansion to the next Bloody Wars tournament.
Some are already asking Street Fighter X. I've already got that.
Street Fighter EX. Hey, you know what? Street Fighter
EX is going to Detroit next week from him.
Oh yeah, he's going for that. He's going to a con. He's going for some con. I think it's a con or a concert.
Huge shout outs to my manager for bringing me some cheese. Appreciate that. But yeah, no, from the con, Wow. Okay. And Detroit. I wonder what's over there.
I believe it's a Hatsune Miku con. If you know who Hatsune Miku is, or at least heard of her. If not, I can show you a quick statue I have of her real quick.
Sure. If you have them.
That. Well, yeah. So basically, it's a statue that's. Well, let's fix that here. Yeah, she's basically like an anime Vocaloid character.
Sure. That looks awesome, man.
Yeah. But I believe that's the thing that Jose is attending to. I told him, you know what, have fun. Speaking of Jose, he's going to be joining me in June, the weekend of the Bloody Wars tournament, to a Friday night SmackDown taping.
Oh, so you guys are attending the SmackDown?
Yes,
at Rosemont, Allstate Arena. Show up. Friday, June
21st.
June 21st. Sign up. Get your tickets now before they're gone.
Yeah, there's a really weird story behind this one too, because originally my wife was supposed to come with us, but before the whole SmackDown, the SmackDown tickets were even announced. We were originally supposed to go to Soldier Field for a concert for our anniversary. And I guess we both didn't really pay too much attention because I thought the concert she was talking about, I thought it was on Thursday and not Friday. So what happened was she ended up buying us the tickets. And then when she looked at the date after she bought them, she's like, oh, crap. That's the same day as the concert at Soldier Field. So what's happening is she's going to give me the ticket. She's going to take the other tickets. She's going to go with her mom to that concert. I'm going to be taking Jose to SmackDown.
I know that, the last time WWE stepped foot into the Allstate Arena, that was Monday Night Raw.
Back in March.
CM Punk making his return. And then The Rock coming into Monday Night Raw in Chicago, where go ahead.
My wife and I, I'm sorry to cut you off. Yeah, so my wife and I, we had to miss the first hour of Raw because when we got there, the parking lot was full and they were turning cars away from the Allstate Arena. We did manage to find parking a couple of blocks down, but like I said, by the time we got there and we finally got to get to our seats, we missed pretty much the first hour. So we missed out on The Rock, and my wife was kind of pissed. Because she wanted.
I know. I get that. I mean, I would be too. But that's why we got our tickets early, though. Because
we got ours a while back too. It was just driving there. Driving there was what caused us to be late.
But we had a good time. Especially everyone that showed up. I remember I went to Culver's before we went to Raw, and we saw Andrew over there. And then the people that I went to Raw were my little brother David. I don't know if you remember him.
Yep.
But he was there with me.
How is he these days?
He's good. He's doing good. He just won his season for wrestling, so props to him.
Tell him I said congratulations, and tell him I said hi the next time you see him.
Thank you. Bloody Wars manager was there as well.
Oh yeah, I remembered. I saw the photos that you guys took.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Shady and David with the Bloody Wars title, and
GGA Shady, you're Bloody Wars champion.
Don't say former. He's probably gonna light you up.
He's on the chat as well. I can't say anything bad now.
I know. I know. But I think you were about to say former, and I'm glad you kind of cut off. I'm like, don't say that. But the other good thing too is having the Bloody Wars title on Raw. It was on TV. How do you feel?
On TV. Oh, I felt really good. I honestly thought that it was gonna be like it was gonna be on like a small part of the television. I remember my sister-in-law when she saw the taping of Raw, like when The Rock was coming out, I think she saw like a glimpse of us. It was pretty awesome. We got good row seats. We might show up to SmackDown. Who knows?
Aw, snap.
We might.
But here's the question. Will the champion be in attendance for Friday Night SmackDown?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm not. Well, he's in the stream chat. Ask him yourself.
Well, Shady, will you be in attendance for the Friday night taping of SmackDown the weekend of the Bloody Wars tournament?
Who knows? I know that I'll bring some more people here.
That's good.
First row seats. I gotta get those same seats. Do you remember which seats we got? I was hoping you would. She doesn't remember. But we're gonna be.
I think I remember. You guys were not that far off from ringside. I know you guys were like maybe 7-8 rows out.
Yeah, we were pretty close.
You guys were pretty close. In fact, the tickets that Michelle and I got, we're a lot more close to the ringside now. I wouldn't say it's not close as you, probably not, but better than where we were on Raw, because we were on the 200th level.
Oh man,
So we were pretty up, but we still had a good view of the ring and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I think my goal is to get first row seats. Honestly, I want first row seats to that event. I don't know.
Hey, I mean,
if I got the power to start this, I should have the power to start. What's it called? Start handing out first row tickets to SmackDown. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't know about y'all, but if you guys are tuning in, if you want to get first row seats, shoot me a text, I guess. We'll see. We will see. But anyways, yeah, Norbert, I mean, like I said, glad that you're here. So what are your thoughts on, how should I say this? You know, like I said, the community is growing and practice is a must, and you got plenty of time for that as much as everyone is as well. So
for sure.
What are your thoughts on attending to other stuff like T20 or different other tournaments or like convention tournaments? When's that gonna happen?
So there is a small chance I might actually be able to attend Combo Breaker this year.
Ooh, okay.
Depending on how my work schedule goes. Because if it's anything like what's been happening my last few holidays, I may actually have the time off needed to attend. I mean, last year I went for 2 days, which was Friday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. Sunday I wasn't going to originally go, but that's when Michelle had just came back from, I think she just came back from DC from her job.
Yep.
And she just asked me, she's like, want to go to Combo Breaker? I said, okay, sure. So we ended up going to Combo Breaker that Sunday. But when I went on Friday, I was like, oh my God, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, we had a great experience. And like I said, I don't think Michelle will be going this year because she's gone for like a week in May, at the end of May, because she's going to Orlando, Florida, for her best friend's birthday, and then right after that she'll be going to New Orleans for her job. Now outside of Combo Breaker, stuff within Galloping Goals, I have actually put some thought into going into T20. I have never participated in a T20 tournament before. So if I do go, this will be my very first time. Would I do well? Probably not, but I want to go there just to pretty much experience the environment that goes into T20.
Well, I would say that if you have like the schedule for that, I mean, anything can happen. And I think that if anyone has a schedule for that, I mean, there's a good chance that, people could have a very good chance of winning the belt. But let's not forget this T20 champion and your current Galloping Ghost Gamer of the Year, Zurst. He has been dominating T20 for a very long time. And he only shows up for T20. It's like, Jesus. But that man puts on a show. So,
yeah, so I've been hearing. I mean, I know for a fact, Zurch is an outstanding player. He really is. I would like to see what he does at this year's T20 if he decides to participate in it. I would like to see what this man is capable of, because I've heard so much stuff about all the other T20s he's competed in. Sorry. And let's not forget he's not the only player. I'm pretty sure Steven Lucas will be participating in T20 as well.
He's probably going to be in the mini tournament.
The side tournaments, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if, say, Jimbo Slice, James White is going to be in T20 this year. I know from what I'm hearing, he hasn't shown up the last couple of times, but let's see if he shows up this year. I would like to see if he does show up.
Rumors are saying, well, I did see this this week on Monday. He when Jimbo Slice, when GGA announced that Jimbo Slice won the C2E2 belt against Steven Lucas, I think he made an announcement that he might be showing up to T20. So, your thoughts on that, good sir?
No, I mean, if Jimbo Slice is watching, first and foremost, congratulations on winning the C2E2 title. Unfortunately, I had to work that day, so I couldn't attend. Excuse me. And also, I want to see if he does attend. I want to see what they can bring to this year's T20. You know what else? You know what I would also like to see for the T20 tournament? Oddly enough, I want to see more representation from the Bloody Wars community. I want to see people from Bloody Wars up.
Team Bloody Wars coming into T20.
Possibly. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna try to be there. I myself will try to be there. I want to see other members. I want to see other members from the Bloody Wars community show up, outside of just Steven Lucas, because again, he has done this many times. But I want to see some fresh faces out there. I want to see some new bloods.
Damien Cordova, the Cordova family, DSP, Israel Bahima,
Augustine, Andy. Speaking of them, I gotta bring up DSP's events.
Oh yeah,
Saturday. We had that event 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, talk to us, Norbert.
Oh my goodness, that was okay. So this was the first Street Fighter event I got to attend at DSP's house, and let me tell you, Dan Perez has put up a banger. I saw his, I saw his garage with all the arcade cabinets he's got up, with the exception of Tekken 5, because he said I think he said the motherboard got blown the week of, and I was like, oh, that's terrible. That's sad, because I really wanted to play Tekken 5, but me, Andy, Augustine, Israel, we all played Third Strike for like 3 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
We played a little bit of Street Fighter Alpha 3, some Third Strike. Not Third Strike. I'm sorry. Super Turbo. My bad. Like, oh man, I don't think I've ever had this great of a time, playing with other members of the Bloody Wars community outside of Galloping Ghost Arcade.
Sure.
And is it just me? Is that my phone ringing? I think that is. Where is my phone? That is my phone. I hear it ringing. And I can't seem to find. Oh, 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes, dear.
So, going back, so Norbert's taking that. I just want to like bring this up. The next Bloody Wars tournament is brought to you by FCC. The FCC Flag Football Championships, ladies and gentlemen. Go to www.flagfootballchampionships.net. Link in the bio.
Hey, JP, I'm sorry to cut this short. Can you excuse me for one moment? I have to grab dinner from the door real quick. I'll be right back.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you want to grab we're getting ready to like wrap up here in a minute. So like, is there anything you want to say to?
Just give me a second. I'll be back.
Yeah, I guess Norbert had to attend something real quick. Well, like I said, folks, the next Bloody Wars tournament will be sponsored by the FCC. We've got so many people coming in from different parts of the Illinois side of the suburban area. We got Westmont people, we got LaGrange, Brookfield, Riverside. We've got young adults coming in to participate in the FFC. Like I said, go to the website. Go to flagfootballchampionships.net for more information. Just go to that website. Get in today if you are a huge flag football contender. If you guys had like gym, you guys remember when you guys were in high school and you had like flag football as part of your term? I remember my time when I did flag football. It was pretty neat. I had some good reps. I was a quarterback for a long time and I was a tight end. But that was cut short due to an injury. So I stuck to wrestling. Wrestling changed my life for the better. And I know that everyone that's tuning in now, go to the description below. Go to the website today. And like I said, we've got updates coming your way. We're just waiting for Norbert right now. Hopefully he'll come by soon. You know what? Let's tune into the stream chat. I'm curious to know who else is in the stream chat. I know Damien is in there. I know I guess Norbert's back. All right.
I'm back. I apologize.
No, you're fine. Well, we're getting ready to wrap things up, by the way. So
okay.
My last question that I wanted to ask you was, Super Dragon Ball Z coming up June 23rd. The Gamer of the Year opportunity is still on the table for everyone. So if there's anything you want to say to our roster that are thinking about going to Super Dragon Ball Z, or anybody that's trying to attend to any Bloody Wars to get their hopes up and becoming champion, if there's anything you want to say to those people, now's a good time.
Okay, well, first and foremost, this tournament's going to be another, fantastic banger of a tournament, like in all other Bloody Wars tournaments. Y'all should go ahead, tell your friends, say, hey, come on down. If you're into playing, retro fighting games, this is the place y'all need to be. Now, I have two missions. I have two objectives for this tournament. My first objective is to become, to have a 30-game record. I already saw that you have already reset the records, but I kept track of my record. And the last I checked, I was 28-7. I want to hit 30. I want to hit 30 wins in this tournament. Second objective, Shady. No offense to you, I'm coming for that belt and become your first 3-time Bloody Wars champion.
Oh, he's calling out the name GGA Shady. Where you at? Where you at, my boy? He's calling you out, my boy. All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have, Norbert. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for even offering to be on the podcast.
Dude, thanks for having me on, man. I mean, like I said, I like doing stuff like get me out there in the world. You know, get out with the people, get everyone. You know, help, like I said, to help promote Bloody Wars, to help promote Galloping Ghosts, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm happy to do it for y'all.
Nice.
I'm glad to do this again.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Norbert, for tuning in here, and I guess we will see you later on.
Yeah, I will catch y'all later. In fact, I might actually see you next week, Monday.
Cool. We will see you then.
All right, take it easy.
Take it easy. Like I said, folks, you are watching the Bloody Wars podcast. Tune in next week for the Bloody Wars podcast of episode number 3. That's going to be going down every Tuesday. Who's going to be my next special guest for my next podcast for next week? That is up in the air, folks. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Like I said, folks, this is JP Pitts, your host of the Bloody Wars tournament. For more information on how you could sign up today, just visit www.bloody-wars-tournament.com. Until next time, train hard, fight smart, and may the spirit of Goku be with you.